What if 2026 could be the year your finances finally feel peaceful, stable, and aligned with God's will? Not just surviving month to month, not constantly stressed about money, but walking into the future with clarity, discipline, and confidence. What if the wisdom you need is not new at all? What if it has been written for thousands of years? Today, we are diving into 10 Christian finance tips straight from the book of Proverbs, written by King Solomon, one of the wisest and wealthiest men in history. And here is the promise. These principles still work in 2026. Stay with me until the end, because tip number 10 is the foundation that makes all the others work. Welcome to Biblical Finance Wisdom, the channel where we learn how to manage money God's way so we can live with peace, purpose, and generosity. The book of Proverbs is often called the Bible's wisdom book, but it is also one of the most practical financial guides ever written. Today, each tip will include 3 things: a verse from Proverbs, what it actually means, and how you can apply it practically in 2026. Do not try to do all 10 at once. Just choose one to apply this week. Let us begin. Tip 1. Plan diligently. Proverbs chapter 21 verse 5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to profit, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty." God is not against spontaneity, but He warns against financial chaos. In 2026, people without a plan will constantly react to problems: inflation, unexpected bills, job instability. Joseph prepared. The foolish reacted. The practical application is simple. Create a monthly budget before you spend anything. Assign every dollar a purpose, and pray over your plan, asking God to guide your decisions. Planning is not a lack of faith. It is obedience. Tip 2. Avoid debt slavery. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 7 says, "The borrower is slave to the lender." Debt is not just a math problem. It is a freedom problem. In 2026, credit cards and buy now, pay later options will quietly control many people's lives. If Joseph lived today, he would value freedom over lifestyle. The practical step is to stop financing wants. Use cash or debit whenever possible. Before any large purchase, wait 30 days and pray for clarity. Debt steals future peace to satisfy present emotion. Tip 3. Work with excellence. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 4 says, "Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth." This verse does not promise instant success. It promises progress. In the 2026 gig economy, many people work hard, but few work intentionally. The difference is excellence. The practical application is to work as if God is your true employer. Improve one skill this year. Be reliable, honest, and consistent. And pray daily for strength and focus. God blesses effort aligned with integrity. Tip 4. Save little by little. Proverbs chapter 13 verse 11 says, "Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it." This is the opposite of get-rich-quick culture. In 2026, many people will chase fast money and end up with nothing. Joseph saved consistently during normal times. The practical step is automation. Set aside a fixed percentage of your income, ideally 20%, immediately when you get paid. Cut small habits that leak money, and pray over your savings, asking God to multiply what you steward faithfully. Consistency beats intensity. Tip 5. Be content. Proverbs chapter 15 verse 16 says, "Better a little with the fear of the Lord than great wealth with turmoil." Discontent is expensive. In 2026, social media comparison will push people to spend money they do not have to impress people they do not know. Contentment does not mean lack of ambition. It means clarity. The practical application is gratitude. Write down 3 financial blessings daily. Limit unnecessary wants. And redirect excess toward giving instead of upgrading. Peace is a form of wealth. Tip 6. Give generously. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 24-25 says, "One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty." This is not magic. It is spiritual economics. Generosity breaks fear. In difficult economic seasons, people either cling or trust. Joseph stored not to hoard, but to serve. The practical step is intentional giving. Set a giving goal beyond tithing if possible. Give joyfully, not emotionally. Keep a record of blessings and unexpected provision. God is not in debt to generosity. Tip 7. Seek wisdom. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 16 says, "How much better to get wisdom than gold?" Money decisions made in isolation often lead to regret. In 2026, impulse decisions will cost people years. Wisdom invites counsel. The practical application is daily exposure to wisdom. Read Proverbs regularly. Seek advice from godly mentors. And pray before major financial commitments. Wisdom saves you from mistakes money cannot fix. Tip 8. Speak wisely. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21 says, "The tongue has the power of life and death." How you talk about money shapes how you handle it. In 2026, constant complaining creates constant stress. Words reinforce beliefs. The practical step is awareness. Stop declaring financial defeat. Replace complaints with gratitude. Speak faith without denying reality. Your mouth should not sabotage your stewardship. Tip 9. Avoid surety. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 26-27 says, "Do not be one who shakes hands in pledge or puts up security for debts." This is about boundaries. In 2026, many people will suffer financially because they tried to save others irresponsibly. Love requires wisdom. The practical application is to help without guaranteeing debt. Offer guidance, not signatures. Give what you can afford to lose. Pray before committing to any financial obligation involving others. Good intentions need wise limits. Tip 10. Fear the Lord. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 4 says, "Humility is the fear of the Lord. Its wages are riches and honor and life." This is the foundation. Without this, all other principles collapse. Fearing the Lord means acknowledging that money is not yours. You are a steward, not an owner. The practical application is daily surrender. Invite God into every financial decision. Obey even when it feels uncomfortable. Stay humble when provision increases. God blesses stewardship, not control. As we close, understand this. These 10 tips are not shortcuts. They are a pathway to a peaceful, stable, and purposeful 2026. Choose one tip, apply it this week, and watch how wisdom compounds over time. Comment below with the number of the tip you are committing to and your plan. I read every comment and pray over them. If this helped you, like the video so more people can find biblical wisdom for money. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss what is coming next. May God bless your finances, your decisions, and your future. Amen.